Shit. Interception picked off.
The goal line. There's that right knee down just before, right there is the knee down before he crosses the plane. It might be, but doesn't take away from a ridiculous effort there by Benson.
It's a touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
This is a young man, the transfer from Oregon, who has wowed everybody all year long. We're going to take another look at this. This effort is incredible. And that's a lot of desire right there. I mean, listen, you got to be physically gifted, but that's desire right there to keep that going.
And you just got to wonder, are they looking at that right knee right there? And where is the ball as that knee touches the plane? It is right here. Big Rob Scott, number 52, trying to screen the goalie there, as you can't see whether the knee's down or not. Far side might have decent look at it. Right there. Knee's definitely down. Just where is the ball at that point?
Well, that's the moment where he springs and leaps ahead, not when he is fully stretched out. He uses the knee and that back foot in that sprinter stance to then surge all his body weight ahead. So here it is synced up, Greg.
Here's a great look at it right there. There's right there. It's almost a little after it appears as he kind of reaches forward. Remember, you can't draw conclusions. The call on the field is a touchdown. So you have to have indisputable video evidence beyond all doubt to overturn. And is there enough? I think his knee's down and the ball should be marked at the 1 yard line. But if you don't have the video evidence to justify that decision, then the call has to stand. It'll be interesting to see how they piece it all together.
Let's bring in our rules expert, Matt Austin.
Yeah, Joe, I agree with you and Greg. I think Greg explained it extremely well. Without a view right down the goal line and a view of the knee touching, you really can't tell what happened. So I do think he's short, as Greg said, but I have a feeling this is going to stand just because of the views we have.
So that is Matt conferring with Greg on do you have the down the line, but what can you prove, and how the call on the field is the touchdown. Can I just forget what they come up with? There are moments from Trey Benson this year where you just stop and say, this kid's special.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
After further review, the runner's knee was down while the ball is at the 1 yard line. It will be second and goal from the 1.
So they're going to take the touchdown off the board. But I'm telling you, there are just certain plays he makes where there's a dynamic quality to it.
He refuses to go down on initial contact. I mean, he does it as well as anybody in all of college football. I mean, you think about Bijan Robinson, Americans, all these incredible players. I mean, this guy is as tough to bring down as anybody, especially in a one-on-one situation.
And now they go with their short yardage of 23 personnel with the I formation of Lundy, who had the touchdown catch, the linebacker who plays fullback as well. And Benson couldn't get the glory on that carry. They're going to mark them just inches short of the goal line.
And you're going to nitpick the run game a little bit for Florida State. This is the area where you'd like to see a little bit more improvement. Goal line, short yardage, obvious running situations. This has been the area they've run it so well this year, relatively speaking, to the years past. But this is the one area down the stretch you'd love to see a little bit of growth and a good opportunity to rep it here.
3rd and goal. They passed to Lundy, the fullback, last time in this spot. See what they do here. Benson. And he is in for the touchdown. So they reward him, and he gets it in again. And Trey Benson with a first half of 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. 94 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Just a great effort here. It was well defended there initially by Smith, who held up and stood up Lundy there as he broke through the hole, but Benson just too much as he continued to drive his legs across the goal line.
Remember the conversation we had about how Florida State could end up down the stretch of this season. They have put themselves in really good position. 28-3.
I'm the captain of the Pee Wee football team. We may be small, but we are mighty. Annoying. And you are so tired from playing defense against us that your focus is about to ride the bench. Go, go, go. Thanks, Mom.
Bye.
Come on, come on. And if you have cut rate car insurance, then not even a Hail Mary will save you from paying for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me. Awesome.
Took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959. Then we took a hard left in East Africa. A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter. And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge. But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
It'd be hard to say somebody's enthusiastic about football as I am, but Hannah's got to be pretty close. Me and the tailgate gang before every game order
3 strawberry milkshakes, no toppings.
for good luck.
He doesn't even have to order them. I know exactly what he wants. One weekend, you had forgotten to get those milkshakes, and then we lost the game. And then the next weekend, he came back. The milkshakes were left sitting on the table.
Here she comes running behind me. Mr. Chip, you forgot your strawberry milkshakes again. My 3 shakes. That is neat.
Around here, Saturdays don't just happen. Saturdays are in the details. It takes the X's, the O's, and the T's. The bounces, the flips, and the flats. The bulldog, the bear, the beat a sweat. It takes this moment and this moment. When anything can happen, every detail counts. Pfizer and the SEC are teaming up to remind fans to get an updated COVID-19 booster shot.
On a Fansville homecoming by Dr. Pepper.
Surprise!
CJ, we weren't expecting you.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing here?
Hey, go State. You replaced me with star quarterback Bryce Young.
We could never replace you.
Here's your Dr. Pepper mom. Mom?
It's just a silly nickname.
You came up with Dad for me.
Here you go, kid. Huh? They're my family now, CJ.
Next time on Fansville.
Hey, brother. Get out of my room!
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Capital One halftime report just minutes away. Booger McFarland, Kevin Nagandi here with you. 3 of the top 6 teams in the country right now, Booger, are losing.
Yeah, and the common denominator on the road, Kev, at night. The environment is big, especially Alabama. People still not ready to give up on them, thinking they can ease their way up into the playoff. LSU's defense playing well tonight.
Mentioned on the road, the #1 team in the land losing on the road. Plus, we've got a game that has 91 points in the first half. Tess, highlights coming your way.
Wow. 91 the first time.
Don't you start your victory lap yet, Booger. All right? Long game.
LSU and Bama guys. Already Barbin.
You know, Trey Benson told me he was unsure if he'd ever return to full strength after tearing his knee, but he gained courage having his mom and brother by his side. Eric, who's 2 years younger, suffers from lupus. He dealt with significant weight loss and symptoms from the autoimmune disease, and yet he continued to battle and fight through it. Benson said his brother's positivity and determination was a source of inspiration during his own rehab process. They got through it together. Eric's doing extremely well now. He's healthy and invested in Benson's career. He texts his brother before every game, don't hesitate, just run. I think older brother is listening.
He sure is, inspired by his brother, and such sensitivity, so many with that autoimmune disease and the difficulties with it. Rashard Smith. So it's nice to see Eric sitting there with mom smiling tonight and watching Trey do his thing.
Man, I love watching that young man. I really do. And his story makes it, I mean, it was special before. It's even more special now. I mean, just really an amazing young man that's fought back from adversity, and with a beacon of positivity that he's got in his corner. It's no surprise to see the success he's found here throughout the course of the 2022 season.
Curry Brown in at quarterback for Miami. 4.5 minutes until we get to Kevin and Booger and all the highlights. Get you up to speed on what could be a wild night in the sport. Here's Brown on 2nd and 9, trying to spin free. Only does so for 1.5 yards.
I know Miami's playing with one arm tied behind their back right now, and I know that they've had their fair share of issues, but man, you also got to tip your cap to this Florida State defense. I mean, they're making great plays at the line of scrimmage. You can tell that Fabian Lovett, and his impact's been significant. It's great to have him back in the middle of that defense. Jared Verse is a presence on the outside. Cooper's been terrific. I mean, this defensive front, and they're taking names up front right now.
Forward defensive coordinator, former Miami head coach Randy Shannon, as well as co-DC. 3rd and 7, and Brown gets it to Restrepo, who goes up and over for the catch. Great effort by Restrepo.
Well, we asked Mario Cristobal, I was like, all right, how does Ja'Cory Brown throw it? Because he threw one last week, kind of threw it in the dirt. Well, that's a heck of a throw right there. I mean, that is a big-time throw into a very tight window, and a heck of a catch there by Restrepo.
And that's the first completion of Brown's career. Rooster Knighton just has to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage as Deloach gets carried ahead for 1.5 yards.
Josh Gaddis trying to get his young quarterback into a little bit of a rhythm. So far, it's very obvious. Florida State's selling out against the run and having some success.
Knighton nowhere to go. That front doing their job very well that time. Jamie Robinson coming in from that safety position.
At some point, Josh Gaddis is going to have to be willing on 1st and 2nd down to at least challenge the Florida State defense, because that time Jamie Robinson coming right off the edge. I mean, they're full sellout on 1st and 2nd down against the run, and at some point you got to take advantage of their aggressiveness.
Third and 8. Brown, he is sacked. And that is Jared Verse. A flag is down at the 42. It's Jared Verse who leads the ACC in tackles for loss.
Holding offense, number 53. Penalties decline. 4th down.
And Verse has been phenomenal this year. He's been banged up a bit, playing through it.
Yeah, he has, and this time just full speed. Right around John Campbell, who's at less than 100%. You can see him engage quickly for just a half second, and then boom, he turns the corner. As you can see, Jared Verse, what an amazing story, and really kind of an interesting story here, especially in 2022. A guy who used the portal to his advantage, was playing at a lower level, under-recruited out of high school, now getting a chance on the highest possible stage. And Katie, what an amazing job he's done establishing that presence and filling that void that Jermaine Johnson left on that defensive front.
It's really been amazing to watch, and you said it, he wasn't recruited out of high school, so he didn't experience official visits, fielding coaches' calls, weighing the pros and cons of one school versus another. So when he entered the portal, he said it was really overwhelming. So his mom, Janine, set up a war room in their dining room, creating a poster for each team that had reached out. On the poster was the team's previous record, how many bowl games they've been to in the last 5 years, transfers coming in, topics of conversation. Little by little, they started taking over 30 posters off the wall as he narrowed down his list, eventually settling on Florida State, and he says he loves that decision.
What a ride it has been for him.
It's been a great decision for him. It's a great decision for Florida State.
They're going to scatter from this punt as it settles in at about the 18-yard line. Taco Bell Live Más student section, as student sections across the country are competing to be the Live Más student section of the year all season long. When they arrived, I mean, I don't know, did you walk through the tailgate, Greg?
Oh, yeah.
It was rocking out there, and this place was roaring, but obviously this thing's gone a little sideways in the first half, 28-3. But they sold out Hard Rock, and it was a great atmosphere to start this game. They are in a deep hole with injuries, banged up at quarterback, and facing a Florida State offense that is running straight through them. Got a flag pre-snap.
Ball start, offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Aerial coverage tonight is provided by Goodyear. Road tested and game ready. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. Bruce had the sack on that last third down. And now here's Toafili on a 1st and 5 out of the backfield with the catch.
There's not much you could point to with Florida State to say, hey, need to clean this up in the second half, maybe try this a little bit more. I mean, everything they've touched has turned to gold with the exception of the interception that Jordan Travis threw, but that was really a better defensive play than it was anything else.
And a spectacular diving effort from DJ Ivey. 2nd and 7. They bring pressure, and Toafili has it. Travis found Toafili, and here he goes as he cuts back and is still flying downfield inside the 15-yard line. Travis had to pay the price for standing in there, and Toafili jetted downfield.
Unblocked defender off the left-hand side, but he has Toafili on the wheel route, something they use all the time. Travis knows it, knows he has to beat the blitzer because he doesn't have anybody to account for him as Caleb Johnson delivered a big, clean shot to his rib cage, but Jordan Travis popped right up, delivered a great throw. He's hurting right now, I can assure you, but man, what toughness.
65-yard play. As Couch able to wrap up Toafili that time. Look at this hit that Johnson puts on him.
Big time. I mean, and to know, too, that wheel route out of the backfield, it's not like it's something that happens immediately. I mean, that thing takes a second. So Jordan Travis, and he's taken a lot of shots in his career, but man, that was a big one. And he was still able to hang in there long enough to throw an accurate pass for a big play.
2nd and 11. Travis. And threw it to the outside and behind Malik McClain. 3rd down from there.
Part of the growth, though, with Travis, though, I mean, that was outstanding recognition. He knew where his outlet was. He knew he had an unblocked defender. And he also had a running back being guarded by a defensive tackle. I mean, I think that's a favorable matchup that you'd like to create. D-tackle against running back all day long, man. But right there, not on the same page after the corner blitz, setting up 3rd and long.
Travis on 3rd down as the pocket starts to collapse on him, and he is sacked. That was Jordan Miller and company caving in on Jordan Travis.
And really a good job by this defensive front. I mean, all four defenders, watch the pocket just collapse around Jordan Travis. There's really nothing open downfield, but even if there was, the pocket's so condensed you wouldn't want to try to throw, because if you try to throw and you separate that left hand from the ball, you're probably going to get that thing strip sacked. So a good job there just eating it by Jordan Travis.
Fitzgerald comes in and nails the 41-yard field goal. He had an 11-point game against Miami last year, and here he makes it 31-3 at the half. Jordan Travis with 2 touchdown passes, Benson with 2 touchdown runs, and it is 31-3 Florida State. Capital One halftime report is still to come after these messages.
Eat, play, eat, play, eat, play. Dave & Buster's Eat and Play combo is back. Get an entree and a game card starting at $19.99. Now through November 27th, only at Dave & Buster's.
Technology lets you monitor your pet when you're not at home. But to monitor threats to your hybrid workforce wherever they are, you need more than technology. You need CDW, who gets to know your business and can design and deploy custom solutions with pre-configured HP notebooks with HP Wolf Security. AI-enabled threat detection and remote management protect your endpoints 24/7, giving your defenses some real teeth.
Bummer.
HP makes always-on remote security.
Who you with? Yeah. A new one. Another one.
Thermo really heating up.
I'ma get that money, bitch, and run it up. Run it up, and I'ma have fun. Get that money, gonna run it up. That money, cause I never really had. No, I ain't never really had none. I ain't really never had none. Run it up, cause I ain't never had none. I ain't really never had none. I ain't never really had none. Run it up, cause I never had none. Nah. Where you at? I run it up, you niggas can't stop me. Yeah. I know you niggas be plotting, and I gotta keep me a Glocky. Run up on me, put your ass in the coffin. Yeah, I'm out here on the grind, hustle hard all the time. Yeah, I'm doing a 9 to 5. Ain't nobody taking mine. If you do, he gon' hope you don't think shit sweet. I'll leave you 6 feet. That's the way it's gon' be. Soldier T on the beat, doing this motherfucking thing. Hold it down for the team. Who you with, ENT, bitch? Yeah. I'ma get that money, bitch, and run it up. Run it up, and I'ma have fun. Yeah. Get that money, gonna run it up. Cause I never really had. No, I ain't never really had none. I ain't never really had none. Run it up, cause I ain't never had none. I ain't never really had none. I ain't never really had none. Run it up, cause I never had none. Nah. Where you at? I'm going hard on the beat. I don't think nobody out here fucking with me. I'm running it up. In a minute, I'm about to go get me a whole lot of stuff. She hitting my phone, telling me to come over and give her the phone. I got a lot of that money, and I'ma keep my shit off in it, then shoot out. Going hard, you know what this is. Soldier T and they been taking off shit. And I'm never worrying about nothing. Cause you niggas know that I'm clutching. You run up on me, I'm bullshit. Soldier T and they been, and I'm holding down for my city. You know how I get down. I ain't worrying about nothing. You already know. Where you at? I'm in the bed and I hold it down, and you know that nigga don't play around. I had to get off my ass. When I did that, I came up on some Soldier T is the motherfucking man, and you know that I ain't gon' play. You already know how I spray. Any nigga get up in my way. Make a nigga out of example. Just felt I was handsome. Took your bitch up for ransom. Killed the beat, another anthem. I'm out here, y'all couldn't handle. So you know they can't stand you. If I was you, I couldn't blame you. There you go, yeah, he gone the game. On the run for that paper chase. Niggas dying about that blue face. Understand y'all hate is great, so don't worry about a nigga hating. We ain't gonna never stop, we on top. I don't give a damn. Shout out the band. Yeah, you nigga know I am the man. I ain't even playing. Count up the grands, count up the bands. Yeah. Who you with? Who you with? Who you with? I'ma get that money, bitch, and run it up. Run it up, and I'ma have fun. Get that money, gonna run it up. Run it up, cause I never really had. No, I ain't never really had none. I ain't never really had none. Run it up, cause I ain't never had none. I ain't never really had none. I ain't never really had none. Run it up, cause I never had none. Nah. Soldier T in this bitch. Gotta run that motherfucker up, man. You already know. Who you with? Bitch.